Very important. If you have not watched the clip that I include in this video that starts with this right here, as weird as this looks, what is this going to have to do with the Charlie Kirk case? You have not seen the most important part of this video, so definitely stick around until you see this. It should be, let me see, it's like, it's about 11 and a half minutes. Actually, no, 12 minutes. It'll be about 12 minutes into the video. All right, I got a big video for you guys, and I am fighting through the stomach flu right now. I literally spent the entire day throwing up, but I'm like, okay, I got to get a video up so they get one in the morning, as they have come accustomed to getting, but not to mention this is a huge, huge, huge story. So we've got a bomb that was put on the Utah State campus, which the bomb squad had to come and actually detonate, okay? Like, it was a real bomb, and this was at... it was nearby the Turning Point USA event. So the package was detonated out of an abundance of caution, a university spokesperson said. I don't really know exactly what that means. I think it means that there's a bomb in there. But we also are going to look at some other stuff, okay? So this video right here, okay, someone sent this to me last night, and it shows the faces of the guys who were ruffling through Charlie's stuff immediately after the shooting, and it is very, very bizarre. Like, you're going to have to see that for yourselves. This one, I saw some very interesting stuff related to 30-06 ballistics and ballistic gel that I think is notable enough to show you guys. We've got this thing, which is another sequence of, at least according to the person who made this, hand signals. Again, you guys will be able to make up your own mind. And then I got this one here, which is what we're going to finish on, which is... actually, you know what? We're going to start with this one after the bomb one. Like Hunter Kozak, the guy from Un-F America, who had been following Charlie around, him and this other guy gave interviews to 60 Minutes, and they both used terminology in it that is extremely bizarre to me. Like, bizarre enough that I pulled it out and I'm like, I'm just going to show this to my audience and see, let's just see what they think of this, right? But that's what we're going to do. I'm sorry, like, my brain is not functioning on a very high level right now. I literally was throwing up all day, but let's get this thing done. I love you guys. If you guys, appreciate the effort that I put in, even in the face of the stomach flu, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and forward this around if you think there's anything important for everyone to know. All right, so Utah State campus safe. A suspicious package was detonated. Good God. So Utah State University evacuated a building because of a suspicious package Tuesday afternoon, just hours before that. Before and about a half mile away from the Turning Point USA began its first Utah event since founder Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in the state earlier this month. 3:45, the iconic Old Main Administration Building was considered clear and safe after an alert sent at 2:44 that ordered anyone inside to immediately evacuate. So they sent the bomb squad there, and they detonated the package. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, they're saying detonated out of an abundance of caution. What does that mean exactly? You know what I mean? Like, are you saying that it wasn't? Like, how do you detonate something that's not a bomb? Right? I don't know. That seems like a really weird way to have said that. Nonetheless, moving right along, though, let's take a look at this. All right. So this is, like I said, this is Hunter Kozak and the other guy on here on 60 Minutes. And just watch. We're going to watch it through one time, and then I'm going to show you why I'm saying, specifically the wording that I wanted to call out.
For disagreement?
Yours was the last question that Charlie Kirk ever heard.
Yeah, there's a strange amount of weight to that. I don't really know how to grapple with that. I mean, he's answered tens of thousands of questions, and that was the first question I've ever asked him. We never talked before that.
There's video of you in that moment. What was that moment like?
I thought I heard a firecracker, and I see his I see the bullet hit his neck, and I fall to the ground. I think I recognized immediately what this was. This wasn't necessarily like a mass shooting. This was like an assassination.
First of all, okay, I've said this every time that I've talked about this. How on earth could you possibly know that? Okay, that is extremely shady to me. Okay, there's no way for you to know that. There's no way for you to know that. There's no way for anyone to feel confident saying that. Okay, all you know is that the first shot that was taken seems to have hit the guy who was on stage. Okay. I mean, just bottom line. Bottom line. Something of that magnitude, okay? Something of that magnitude, you are going to remember the details of that with such fine-tuned precision that it's hard to exaggerate. And so what you were thinking is definitely one of the things that's going to burn itself into that memory for sure. And he says, I just recognized very quickly that this was a targeted assassination. How did you recognize that exactly? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Okay. It's nonsense. It makes no sense. Now, you could say afterwards, you know, like when they wasn't another shot very quickly, but like the first thing that you thought was just a target, it's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
What was that?
I just remember I got up and I ran and I called my mom and I said, Mom, Charlie Kirk's been shot. And she goes, what? And I said, he's been shot. I literally watched a bullet enter his neck and I watched him die in front of me.
Jed, this event pushes Democrats and Republicans farther apart or brings them closer together, in your view?
I think the moderate Democrats and Republicans, I think it brings them together. I think there are individuals on both the left and the right, some of them more radical, that it pushes them apart. And I think it's communication that is the most important element that comes together. And I think that...
Oh my God, I can't. Listen to this, dude. I'm not a radical leftist. I never wish for violence. I'm more moderate. Used to be a Republican before Obama, but I know hate when I hear it, and Kirk spread hate and division in the name of Jesus. Cite one example. I fucking can't, dude. I'm sorry. I literally can't. Okay, I'm gonna get sidetracked. These fucking people, dude. I'm not a radical. I'm just radically uninformed. Fucking idiot. Anyway, okay, so how much longer is this thing? Like that video is just absolutely damning. But nonetheless, all right, let's look at this. Let's watch some 30-06 ballistics, and then I'm gonna wrap this thing.
Loaded up again with Hornady Precision Hunter, and these are 30-06 178 grain. Here we go. So we had quite the hit with the 30-06, and we had some interesting results. We actually have our jacket laying right here on the table, and that thing is pretty hot. And if we look at our blocks right here, you can see that the 30-06 actually dumped most of its energy within the first 10 inches of this block. And then it started to break up. We have a few pieces of lead here in the second block, but that bullet as a whole pretty much broke up, and the only thing that came out was the jacket. So within the first 10 inches, that bullet had pretty much disintegrated, and we have some tiny little pieces of lead that made it about 23 inches, but those are just little fragments. Up next, we are going to use 270 Winchester. This is a Remington model.
So the only reason I thought that was interesting is because of how it dumped so much of its energy in the front and then broke apart, and it's nonetheless, okay, no exit. Like, it went through that entire ballistics gel block, while curved out of it, and then there are the pedals. Sorry, I literally am feeling I think I need to go throw up, like, for real. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this thing. I love you guys. I did this for you guys. You're the best.